A massive grand fleet? A vast territorial domain, or a powerful leader? How can we say that a pirate crew of an emperor is strong? Looking back at the entire One Piece series, we have now known 7 emperors, and each of them is unique when it comes to personality. Each has their own strength, which is the reason why they became the strongest in the New World. That is why, in this video, they are the ones we will talk about. We will discuss how strong each of them is, what their strengths are, and what their pirate crew has overall. And to start this topic, let's begin with the very first emperor introduced to us, which is Whitebeard. One of the main strengths of Whitebeard's pirate crew is their massive grand fleet. During the Marineford War, we saw that this became an advantage against the forces of the Marines. The pirate crews under Whitebeard joined forces against the massive forces of the Marines. For the record, it is said that there were at least 43 pirate crews under the Whitebeard pirates. Aside from the Grand Fleet, of course, Whitebeard's main pirate crew itself was also large. While other emperors have only 3 commanders to facilitate their crew members, Whitebeard had 16 commanders. This is understandable because it is said that this pirate crew had more than 1,600 members. And the final strength of the Whitebeard pirates is obviously their captain himself. Whitebeard was known as the strongest man in the world, which he proved during the flashback of Kozuki Oden 28 years ago. Whitebeard could easily match Roger in terms of battle during his prime. And of course, due to aging and the illnesses he accumulated throughout his journey, we saw that his body had also declined. And this became the reason why he died during the Marineford War. And speaking of death, the next one on our list is still unclear whether he is truly dead or not. What we are referring to is Kaido. Kaido is one of the most hyped emperors by Oda in the story, because even during the Marineford War, Oda was already giving us a glimpse of what he could do, which did not disappoint us, because technically he was able to kill our protagonist, Luffy, and we all know what happened next. So one of the strengths of Kaido's pirate crew is his commanders. We can say that the Beast Pirates have one of the most special sets of commanders. Jack, Queen, and King may not be considered the strongest among all commanders, but they can still be ranked above other emperors' commanders. In short, these 3 are not to be underestimated. And of course, just like in the Whitebeard pirates, Kaido himself is also one of the strengths of his pirate crew. During the Wano arc, I am sure you would agree if I said that Kaido could have defeated Luffy if it were a one-on-one battle. But since Kaido had already fought many opponents before reaching Luffy, it became an advantage for Luffy. This is how monstrous Kaido is. He can take on anyone who stands in his way. That is why his epithet as the strongest creature in the world suits him perfectly. And speaking of strongest, one of the strongest women in the One Piece series is Big Mom. We explored Big Mom's character during the Whole Cake Island arc, and here we witnessed the strength she had been hiding. In this arc, we also learned why she became one of the emperors, even though she is a woman. And just like the first 2 emperors we mentioned, Big Mom was also a member of the Rock's Pirates. And of course, she is also one of the strengths of her pirate crew. Her crew, the Big Mom Pirates, can be considered the most unique among all pirate crews because every single member of Big Mom's pirate crew is her child. Yes, guys, overall, she is said to have 85 children, including all races in the world, except for 3, according to Big Mom herself. Another unique aspect of this pirate crew, which can also be considered a strength, is their territory, which still confuses many people. The entire archipelago under Big Mom's rule is called Tato Land. At the center of this archipelago is Whole Cake Island. Anyway, the next on our list is the Red Hair Pirates, one of the strongest crews. We can say that the strength of this pirate crew is, of course, their core group, unlike the previous emperors we discussed, where the strength gap between the captain and the commanders is huge. The Red Hair Pirates emphasize in the story that they are almost equal in strength. In short, their strength levels are not far apart. Yes, we understand that Shanks is undoubtedly stronger than his subordinates, but based on the introduction of Shanks's bounty, it was mentioned that this pirate crew is the most balanced. So technically, while Shanks may be stronger, I am sure Ben Beckman is not far behind. And the same goes for Lucky Roo and Yasopp. Since this pirate crew remains mysterious until now, This is all we can list as their strengths for now. Speaking of mystery, Shanks' rival in the story, who only became an emperor a year ago, is Blackbeard. Like the red hair pirates, we can also say that the strength of this pirate crew lies in their core group. Their members have a unique set of devil fruits, and since a former admiral, Kuzan, is now officially part of this pirate crew, we can say that it's like having two emperors in one crew, which is not entirely wrong, because recently Kuzan proved this by defeating Garp. We saw that although he held back, he still proved that he could go toe-to-toe with his former master. Aside from their group, another strength of the Blackbeard pirates is their ability to stay 2 steps ahead, meaning their strategy in every move they make is truly remarkable. I am sure Blackbeard is not the only one thinking or calling the plans for his group. Maybe it's Teach, since his character remains a mystery to us. Anyway, the next one on our list is Buggy. Technically, he is the face of the Cross Guild, but in reality, we know that he shares the Emperor position with Mihawk and Crocodile. Since the Cross Guild has not made any major moves yet, we cannot fully determine the strength of this group. But based on what they have shown, we can consider strategy as one of their strengths, since they were the ones who thought of placing bounties on Marines, which significantly benefited them as it caused chaos within the Marine ranks. And lastly on our list, and the newest addition to the Emperors, is Luffy and his Straw Hat Pirates. The strength of this pirate crew is first and foremost Luffy himself. Basically, the Devil Fruit Luffy possesses, especially after he awakened it, can be considered the strongest. Although Luffy still has room for improvement in terms of Haki, he is still underrated compared to the other Emperors. If we were to rank Luffy among his fellow Emperors, I am sure some of you would hesitate to place him at number 1 or even at number 2. Aside from Luffy's individual strength, he also has a massive fleet, which is another strength of his pirate crew. And we are not just referring to the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, but beyond that. Throughout their journey, the Straw Hat Pirates have always saved a kingdom, a country, or even an entire race. And the return of this to Luffy is, of course, friendship or alliances. Friendships that once Luffy shouts to the world that he will fight the world government, will surely make the places he has visited and saved willing to help him in his battle. That is why if there is one emperor today with the most alliances, it is undoubtedly Luffy. Anyway, that's the strength of each of the 7 emperors we have known throughout the One Piece series. Wait, for you, what is the strength of each emperor? If you have any ideas, comment them down below so we can discuss them. So that's all. Peace.